These films are probably a lot better in your memory than on the screen. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies that aren't as good as you remember. For this list, we're looking at the movies you might have seen a long time ago and that you loved back then, but now they just don't hold up to today's standards. Warning, there will be spoilers ahead. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below. Number 10, Dude, Where's My Car? When it comes to stoner comedies, they've been done far better than Dude, Where's My Car in the years since its release. And the years prior, for that matter.
Good boy, Jackal. Good boy. Breathe deep. There you go.
Dude, your dog's a stoner.
That's right. This dreadfully dumb story of a crazy night out, a lost car, and a nerdy sci-fi cult is, maybe unsurprisingly, not very good. Dude, Where's My Car looks and feels like a bad TV film, full of jokes that either haven't aged well or were never funny in the first place. Not even the comedic charm of Seann William Scott and Ashton Kutcher could save this mess of a movie.
Dude, what does my tattoo say?
Sweet!
What about mine? Dude, what does mine say? Sweet!
Trust us, you're better off watching Pineapple Express or Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Dude, where's my car? Where's his car, dude?
Number 9, Garden State. Written and directed by Zach Braff, this romantic comedy drama was actually a surprise hit at Sundance and went on to earn cult status. With a Grammy-winning soundtrack, its hipster appeal, and a story inspired by Braff's own life, Garden State didn't make waves at the box office. But critics and audiences were still all about it.
What are you listening to?
The Shins. You know them?
No.
You gotta hear this one song. It'll change your life, I swear.
Unfortunately, upon rewatch, you're likely to become aware of how it actually comes off. Not only does the film seem to take itself way too seriously, it also tries way too hard to be quirky.
You're the alligator?
You can tell by the hands.
Meanwhile, Natalie Portman's character has been retroactively labeled a manic pixie dream girl, a female stock character that's empty and only in the film to help out the usually male protagonist.
How you feeling?
Safe.
Number 8, Casper.
Morning. Oh, no, please don't scream. I promise I won't hurt you. I'm a ghost. Yes, I admit it, but I'm a friendly ghost. You have to trust me.
It's appropriate Universal decided to drop Casper's friendly ghost moniker for the title of this film, because it's probably a whole lot more depressing than you remember.
I couldn't stop. I was having so much fun. Got late. Got dark. Got cold.
Yep, this live-action CGI adaptation of a classic children's comic strip decided to dive into Casper's backstory, showing all the kids watching that Casper was once a child just like them, but then he died.
What's it like to die?
Like being born. Only backwards.
How many parents definitely weren't ready to have that conversation on their way out of the theater? Better yet, the film ends with Casper being given a human form once again, only to have it torn away from him. Hasn't this kid been through enough? Number 7, Batman Forever. Everyone remembers how strikingly awful Batman and Robin is, but what many don't recall is that Batman Forever is almost as bad. Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones play the Riddler and Two-Face with obnoxious excess, while a bored-looking Val Kilmer steps in for the role of Batman, previously played by Michael Keaton.
Release Chase. This is between you and me.
And me. And me.
The film shares most of the terrible flaws of Batman and Robin, but to a lesser degree, meaning it isn't even much fun to watch. But hey, on the bright side, the movie did give us an insane music video for Seal's Kiss from a Rose for some strange reason. Number 6, American Beauty. American Beauty garnered massive critical acclaim upon its debut, winning 5 Academy Awards in 2000, including Best Picture.
You want to see the most beautiful thing I've ever filmed?
Looking back 2 decades later, the film has not stood the test of time, and critics and audiences have mostly come to agree that the drama was overrated.
I'm sorry. You got the wrong idea.
At times unsettling and hard to watch, and at other times undeniably pretentious, American Beauty is far clumsier than it first got credit for, with even director Sam Mendes admitting in later interviews that he understood some of the backlash to the film in the years following its release.
Sometimes I feel like I'm seeing it all at once, and it's too much. My heart fills up like a balloon that's about to burst. And then I remember to relax and stop trying to hold on to it.
Number 5. Flubber. Look, we love Robin Williams.
It's ridiculous. I love you with all my heart, with every cell, with every molecule, with every atom. I love you on a subatomic level.
This 1997 Disney remake was clearly meant to be a wacky comedic vehicle for the actor, who was at the top of his Hollywood game during this stretch of his career. Unfortunately, that hot streak did not translate to this scientific disaster of a film, even though we may not have noticed when we were kids.
I know you didn't. I was just having a little fun.
I'm here to sell you the Flubber.
The plot of Flubber is about as thin as can be, which would be okay if the movie were funny, which it isn't. Flubber amounts to dangling a shiny set of keys in front of a child, except switch out the keys for a sentient wad of green slime.
Mom! Mom! Flubber's gone! Get back here!
Number 4. The Boondock Saints. You might have fond memories of the Boondock Saints, but let us ask you, when is the last time you actually sat down and watched it? The movie is so self-serious, it soon becomes hard not to laugh. But all the actual jokes in the film seem to fall flat.
You guys can do this every goddamn day.
We're sort of like 7-Eleven. We're not always doing business, but we're always open.
The only redeeming quality of the Boondock Saints is Willem Dafoe, who decided to push his performance to wild levels of comedic self-awareness.
They exited out the front door. They had no idea what they were in for.
The action thriller often feels like it revels in its excessive violence and gore, but doesn't actually have anything to say beyond how cool it all is.
For a few seconds, this place was Armageddon.
There was a firefight!
We'd be content with leaving this film in the past. Number 3. Space Jam. Getting excited for the LeBron James-led Space Jam sequel set for 2021?
What kind of camera is that?
Well, not so fast. Looking back, if you strip away all the nostalgia behind Space Jam, the sports film feels more like cheap corporate brand synergy rather than a genuine and artist-driven live-action animated movie. With wooden acting from Michael Jordan, disappointing writing of the classic characters, and lazy animation compared to the standards set by the original Looney Tunes.
Oh, look out for that first step, Doc. It's a real Lulu.
Bugs Bunny.
Despite being pleasing enough on the surface to win over countless children, the film feels rushed and like a fraction of what it could have been. But who knows, maybe LeBron James will be able to right the ship this time around.
But I'm gonna take this opportunity to retire from the game of basketball.
No, come on.
No, I'm gonna retire right now, and that's all there is to it. I'm gonna go out on top undefeated and untied. That's the way it's gonna be.
Number 2. Avatar. Remember when everyone was talking about the technical and cinematic masterpiece that was James Cameron's Avatar? The movie shattered so many box office records. It has to be good, right? Nope.
Parker, you know, I used to think it was benign neglect, but now I see that you're intentionally screwing me.
Grace, you know, I enjoy our little talks.
Featuring a story that's already been told time and time again, exhausting visual effects that overcrowd the screen rather than adding to the film, and a general lack of anything to get excited about, it's hard to believe this is the same epic sci-fi everyone was pining for at the end of the 2000s.
Relations with the indigenous are only getting worse.
Yeah, that tends to happen when you use machine guns on them.
Right.
With 2 sequels having already been filmed as of the end of the 2010s, it looks like we're in for more Avatar in the 2020s, whether anyone's asking for it or not.
When?
When you are ready.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Without having rewatched it in many years, I would like to say that I think Batman Forever is a very important film. So maybe we're onto something here. Anyway, is number 1 an even bigger hot take than everything we've already seen on this list? Let's reminisce about some honorable or dishonorable mentions, and then we'll find out.
Where's your Christmas spirit? That's better. Now, there must be a turbo man around here somewhere.
Good night.
Peace!
Beautiful pie.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Mortal Kombat.
What have you done?
I made a choice. This is our tournament, remember? Mortal Kombat. We fight it.
It might be hard to believe this looking back, but when Mortal Kombat was released in theaters in 1995, the video game adaptation was relatively warmly received by both critics and fans. At least for a video game adaptation. We have to admit, we have no idea what those people were thinking.
Pay me my tribute.
This puny mortal will be no problem. I'll crush him in one blow.
All right. Let's dance.
Mortal Kombat is one of the standard bearers of bad video game movies. With an almost non-existent plot stringing together cheesy fighting sequences with disappointing choreography, horrendous line delivery, and special effects that looked dated even by 1995 standards. It might be fun for fans of the classic fighting game to see these characters brought to life, but the Mortal Kombat franchise deserves better than this.
Face your worst fear.
I'm not afraid of my destiny. Face me!
Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.
I know it's been a while since I showed my